Welcome to your ultimate pit stop, Piston Pundit, where we break down the latest in automotive upheavals with passion and expertise. Today, we're tackling one of the most seismic shifts to hit the industry: China's export restrictions on critical materials like gallium, germanium, and antimony. While these elements might not make headlines in your daily news scroll, they're the unsung heroes behind cutting-edge technology powering everything from smartphones to electric vehicles. And now, the global market is in full-blown panic mode. How does this impact the future of electric vehicles and the broader auto industry? Let's break it down, one gear at a time, with 8 major ways this crisis is reshaping the automotive world. Number 8. China's iron grip on critical elements. China's clampdown on exporting gallium and germanium isn't just a policy change, it's a power move. These rare elements are essential for producing semiconductors, the high-tech brains that keep modern vehicles running, especially EVs. Without a steady supply, production lines stall, costs soar, and timelines stretch. This puts automakers in a tough spot. On one hand, it underscores the fragility of global supply chains. On the other, it forces companies to innovate and find alternative sources. It's a bold reminder that when China tweaks its strategy, the ripple effects can shake the entire automotive industry. Number 7. EV makers under pressure. If you think EV manufacturers are feeling the heat, you're absolutely right. Gallium and germanium are integral to crafting efficient power electronics and optimizing battery management systems. Without them, EV production becomes pricier, which directly impacts consumers. The cost of an electric vehicle could climb, making the dream of affordable EVs even harder to achieve. This isn't just an economic setback, it's an environmental one too. Many countries depend on EV adoption to hit their climate goals. With supply chain disruptions, the push for cleaner transportation might hit a roadblock, forcing nations to scramble for alternative solutions to meet emission targets. Number 6. The global hunt for new supply chains. As China tightens its export policies, countries like the US, Japan, and South Korea are racing to find new supply chains. From incentivizing domestic mining to pouring investments into recycling technologies, governments are trying everything to reduce dependency. Take the US, for example. Nevada has become a hotspot for exploring rare earth elements, while Japan is pioneering ways to recycle used gallium and germanium. Automakers, too, are joining the charge. Tesla recently announced plans to diversify its raw material sourcing to lessen its reliance on geopolitically vulnerable regions. But here's the catch: these solutions take time. Building robust local supply chains isn't like flipping a switch. Years of infrastructure and investment are needed to create a steady flow of materials, all while rising costs squeeze automakers' profit margins. Before we delve deeper, do us a favor and smash that like and subscribe button. This helps us reach more auto enthusiasts just like you. Now let's shift gears and steer towards our next point, number 5, the price surge and consumer blowback. It's not just automakers who are bearing the brunt of this crisis. Consumers are too. With production costs skyrocketing, companies like India's Tata Motors and Maruti Suzuki are already planning price hikes for 2025. For buyers hesitant to leave their combustion engine vehicles behind, this only deepens the affordability gap. Higher prices don't just slow EV adoption, they stall innovation. Manufacturers are forced to allocate resources more carefully, which could delay the rollout of new technologies or compromise on design improvements. Imagine the next generation of EVs with enhanced range and performance. It may now take longer to hit the market. The result? A roadblock in the race towards sustainable transportation, with both automakers and consumers caught in the crossfire. Number 4. Emerging players in the global material race. The global material shortage has opened doors for nations like India and Australia to play key roles in the semiconductor supply chain. India is positioning itself as a future semiconductor hub, attracting investments and partnerships from global players like Japan, while collaborations between Tata Group and Analog Devices strengthen its manufacturing capabilities. Meanwhile, Australia, rich in rare earth minerals, is forming long-term partnerships to secure its foothold in the supply chain. These efforts aim to reduce dependency on a single supplier and create a more diversified, resilient network for the EV industry. However, this shift demands strategic planning, major investments, and global cooperation to fully integrate these emerging players into the market and meet growing demand. Number 3. Material alternatives and cutting-edge innovation. Necessity is the mother of invention, and the current shortages are fast-tracking the search for alternative materials. Take graphene, for instance, a potential game-changer in semiconductors. Researchers have successfully developed functional graphene-based chips, hinting at a future where such innovations could lessen dependence on rare materials. Another standout is silicon carbide, SiC, which is becoming a staple in power electronics, particularly in EVs. SiC components offer superior efficiency, enabling longer driving ranges and quicker charging times, two critical factors for EV adoption. While these innovations light the path forward, integrating new materials into the automotive industry takes time, effort, and significant funding. Swift action is needed to embrace these alternatives and ensure the sector continues to innovate without losing momentum. Number 2. A tech Cold War on the horizon. China's calculated moves in the tech sector have triggered what many are dubbing a tech Cold War. This battle for technological supremacy involves fierce competition for resources, innovation, and economic leverage. In response, the US and its allies are ramping up efforts to reduce dependency on China. Wolfspeed, a major EV chipmaker, recently secured a $750 million government grant to develop a state-of-the-art silicon carbide wafer manufacturing plant. This investment signals a broader push to bolster domestic semiconductor production and stabilize supply chains. For automakers, navigating this tense geopolitical environment means staying agile and closely collaborating with governments. The stakes are high, and the industry's resilience will be tested as it works to maintain technological superiority amid escalating global tensions. Number 1. The EV industry at a turning point. The electric vehicle sector stands at a critical juncture, grappling with material shortages, geopolitical strife, and the urgent need for innovation. The choices made now will define the EV market for decades. To stay on track, automakers must double down on diversifying supply chains, exploring alternative materials, and investing heavily in research and development. Collaboration between industry leaders and governments will be crucial in overcoming these hurdles. By working together, they can safeguard the industry's progress and ensure electric mobility remains a viable, sustainable future. Verdict: the road ahead. The race for critical materials is more than a logistical challenge. It's a pivotal moment for the automotive and tech industries alike. As China tightens its grip, the world must adapt, innovate, and collaborate. For the EV sector, the coming years will either usher in unprecedented progress or prolong stagnation, depending on how well these challenges are addressed. What's your take on this unfolding crisis? Is this the moment for reinvention, or are we facing a major roadblock to progress? Share your thoughts and insights in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to Piston Pundit for more deep dives into the evolving world of vehicles. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.